All right. Well, hello everyone. Let me get out the link to chat with everybody here. Gotta go to the Twitch. Sorry for everybody in the land of watching after, but I gotta get the link out to everybody. So, what's everybody doing? Are we having a good Did we have a good season rollover? Did we everybody's players go up pretty well? Let me know. I know in the comments there should be because I'm gonna post this on YouTube. Actually, I figured out why it wasn't posting to YouTube after, and so I feel kind of stupid out now, but that's all right. Um, but yeah, welcome to 2151, everybody. Wow, we're here. We made it. We're doing good. I hope you can all hear me. Let me know in the chat, in either in the Discord or in the stream chat. What's up, Bix? My man Bix over there. Shout out to you, Bix, doing things over there in Texas, getting y'all all the way back up to 31 in the preview. Nice. Um, so I'm here by myself so far. My co-hosts are a little busy at the moment, and they will come in when they are available. But yeah, new season. A lot to kind of talk about and mull over here as we go through PSE and everything. And so just want to say a quick congratulations to, I believe it was it Oklahoma that won the national championship last year? It was Oklahoma against Indiana. Indiana had a really good season. I've been rooting for Indiana because I love it when the little guy wins, and so not that they're little guys anymore because they're pretty big fish. And San Diego was back on top in the EFL, so congrats to them. And I want to say Jacksonville State won it all in Division 2. I'm checking the playoff. Gotta give Division 2 some love. Shout out to Nicholls State. I drafted their quarterback out there. I know Flyer is doing some things over there. He's learning. A lot of cool new guys. Well, I don't know if I should say a lot, but there's some new people, newer people, or people that are coming back into the game. And yeah, he said we're back up from 50. That's cool. But yeah, I completely forgot what I was. Oh yeah, so the newer people, yeah, I see Flyer. I see a few other people in the Discord talking. I know that Mind Lab is trying out the EFL, which should be interesting. I know that Mont, who should be coming in here pretty soon. I know he just messaged me and he's on 2K21, but he's not in the podcast. So I don't know. I think eventually I might have to look for some other co-hosts. But yeah, we have the blue guy also. Shout out to him. I know that he was doing some things out there, and so just got to give some love to the new people. They just because they're doing some pretty good things out here. And so to talk about the preview, let me actually go to the preview page, and I'm gonna go to the preview here real quick. So yeah, the ECAA playoffs last year, I didn't really know a lot of how it played out. I know San Jose lost in the first round to Eastern Michigan. So this is kind of like a preview show. This is kind of a review show. We haven't really done one since the first week of the last season. I want to get more in, but you know, it's okay. But so looking at the preview right now as it stands, of course the preview is not entirely accurate, but it gives a good ballpark. We got Southern Cal at number 1, Miami at number 2, Indiana at number 3, Toledo number 4, Tennessee at 5, Oklahoma at 6, Purdue. Okay, I see you guys over there. Purdue at number 7, 8 Mississippi, 9 Fresno, 10 Clemson. Probably because of their influx of running backs and athlete linebackers. But 11 Ohio State getting down below Clemson over there. Interesting. San Jose at number 12, Texas Tech at number 13. Kind of surprising there, seeing as though I've eval Texas Tech and they are not that great. Liberty at number 14, South Florida at 15, Eastern Michigan at 16, Georgia Tech at 17, Alabama at 18, Nebraska at 19, North Texas. Shout out to North Texas at number 20, Minnesota doing things at 21. Louisville got up to number 22, but the coaches left. So we'll see what base and company are going to be able to do out there in Louisville. Wisconsin at 23, Florida Atlantic at 24, and Michigan, who I believe is actually competing right now, at number 25. And just outside the top 25, we have just some notable names: Penn State, Arizona State, going all the way down. They're not doing good, man. So we got Texas at 31, Baylor at 34, Tulane at 36, and so those are the pretty notable teams out there. And so let me check back in the chat. It says USF made it farther than we have in a while. Well, yeah, because USF's usually are usually a first round exit, aren't they? No, I'm just messing with you. But yeah, South Florida did pretty good. I know that it says Flyers said F for Tulane. Yeah, I know they were up there and now they're not. It's crazy, how teams all it takes is just for one bad recruiting or development year. Just take a look at Arizona State. They've had 2 years where their coach hasn't developed them, and they fell from 5 to 29. So, yeah. What was I talking about? USF. Yeah, the they're at number 15, so maybe they should be doing some good things. Ole Miss should have made mains. Yeah. I don't know who made mains last year. I know San Jose made it, but let's look. I should just pull up the playoff page just so we can go over how and what happened. So obviously Indiana lost to Oklahoma in the last round, which was good. It was a good effort. Um, Notable games: Tennessee got outed in the second round. They're usually either deep in their either Final Four or they're in the national championship. Indiana, of course, being the kind of Cinderella story. Eastern Michigan made it past the first round for the first time in a while, but they did not do so hot against Oklahoma in the second round. That would be a bit of an understatement. Liberty couldn't hang on against Ohio State in the first round. Clemson was actually beating Tennessee round one, but then I logged in and I kind of took it to Fusion in the second half, but that's okay. Fusion, you're doing a good job over there at Clemson. Shout out to Fusion. Alabama, usually they do good they do pretty well in the playoffs, but they didn't do so hot against Southern Cal. Southern Cal was they were on fire, man. They destroyed Navy, then Alabama, but then they just couldn't get it done against Indiana. Indiana was doing pretty good out there, as I said before. Miami made it past Kansas, and then they made it. Then they lost to Indiana in the second round. So nothing too surprising. I don't think anyone should really be surprised when we say that Indiana made it as far as they did. Not saying that they had an easy route, but oh, here we go. We got Dewey. I'm gonna drag him into the podcast. Dewey, are you there? His microphone's muted, so I don't know. I don't know if you guys will be able to hear him. I don't know.
Hey, what's up?
What up? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm doing all right. How about you?
Oh, we're just chilling, hanging back. Let's see. It says Texas will probably make at least the EIT. Well, I hope so, man. I mean, it's Texas. You got them. I still got some pretty big prestige over there, and so I'm hoping for the best, man. I'm really rooting for you, man. Dewey, how's Utah State looking out there? I know you guys just lost a lot of talent last year in the draft.
Yeah, lost a lot of talent.
Your best player got drafted number one. That surprised. I thought.
Yeah,
I
thought Sosa was gonna go on
I
for
well
sure.
yeah I don't know about number one because the guy in number one is I think he's like a noob but I
Yeah.
knew that Mr. Football at least knew somewhat about PSE. So when I saw Hazelwood go number one, because Hazelwood was actually number one on my board.
Oh, for real?
Well, yeah, Hazelwood. I was picking Hazelwood at three, and so well that was the plan. And so when I saw him go one, I was like, oh my gosh, if Sosa goes number two, I am screwed because those are the number. I was like, I thought I was gonna get at least one of those two guys, but
Yeah.
they went Armstrong, and
I couldn't believe that.
yeah, no, the first three picks were just so mind-boggling that I mean I know Darren said that like a C speed defensive end shouldn't go number one, but I mean Hazelwood's a different breed. I mean like
Yeah.
I wasn't his coach in college. You were his coach in college, but was he like a disruptive force his senior year or
He
was he?
made tackles at the line of scrimmage,
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
which
So
is very helpful.
Yeah, and so how's Utah State looking out there? I know it's kind of tough to recruit out
It's,
there because you got like the
it's
vultures
looking
of
good. I got a fast running back. His speed went up to like a 4.19, 4.18, I think.
really
Yeah, he's a
nice.
redshirt sophomore.
Okay, okay. Did you see what we've been talking about with the EFL of trying to get it to be kind of like a like the active league since you
Yeah,
know
I was seeing that in the chat.
what do you think about
I,
that?
I think that would be really good and cool, but I just don't know how possible it is to get 32.
Well, the thing is it like, yeah, the EFL is 87% full, but like, how many of those people like that are currently on EFL teams are like really there? Because I mean,
Hmm.
like, there might be teams that aren't open, but I mean, like, what's say like the guy at Green Bay, like, what's he doing? Like, he's a new guy, so he's probably not even gonna
Yeah,
be there next year. And
Hazelwood's not even on his depth chart. I was looking at it.
oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, he signed. I bet the CPU signed him, and then he hasn't touched it at all. Actually,
Oh,
no. What the heck? Well, his rookie quarterback's apparently starting, but Hazelwood's not on the depth chart.
oh, yeah. That's what he has other rookies on his depth chart. I see Hines is at outside linebacker.
Yeah.
I mean, like he does have like what do you call it? He has like high year players, so maybe those guys are just like higher evals, and like the new guys, it's just mentality is like, I'd rather start a 131 year 12 defensive end rather than a rookie 120. You know, I
Yeah, I
don't know.
guess so.
I guess, but yeah, I think that the what do you call it? I think that the EFL being full would be really fun because the draft is easy as you might
Hmm.
imagine. I got a 100 eval outside linebacker in the second round, which I mean like yeah, I have the third pick of the second round, but
Yeah.
that's still crazy. I was expecting him to go round one. I was at work when the draft was going on. I'd be looking at my phone. I was going crazy when I was like, wow, Pittsburgh didn't take Sosa, and so but
Yeah, no, you lucked out with that.
yeah, no, I did because I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay at three because I know that I'm gonna get some stud there at least.
Hmm.
And then I got a little worried when Hazelwood went number one. I was like, I I thought that he was going a little under the radar because no one was really talking about him. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. So you said so what did you say? You said that like it would be hard to get like 32 active people because you'd be surprised how many like active users there are in PSE. Like, I mean, like,
Yeah, there's a lot. I just don't know
well, that's
how we
why.
get like
Well, that's
the
why
ECAA guys.
Well, that's why,
That
yeah.
yeah.
It says Skull Slayer says Kansas is going down. Well, I would hope that you're going to beat them because I'm pretty sure they're CPU. Um, Speaking of EIT, oh yeah, congratulations, Josh, on winning the EIT. I'm sorry, I forgot to give you ups. I've been giving Josh a hard time intentionally. You know, me and Josh are cool. He followed me to the NFC South, so me and him are, what do you call it? We're rivals in,
Rivals.
yeah, we're
Yep.
rivals in the ECAA and in the EFL. As you know, I've taken over the reins of Tennessee in the ECAA. So
Oh, I
yeah,
did not know that actually.
yeah, Hurd's gone, so I don't expect a lot from Tennessee this season, or really any season for that matter. But yeah, I was talking because I mean, like you look at the EFL, it's not that inactive. I mean, you have New England. I don't know who's at New York. Let's check. No, it's open. Yeah, New York's one of the open teams. Buffalo's Dalian. Miami is I know Bug is there. I know at least Bug is there in Miami. Yeah,
Bugs pick.
Bug
I thought
and
Jeffro was there.
Jeffro. Yeah, and Jeffro's around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen him at the draft and free agency in the
yeah.
chat.
Pittsburgh's open. I mean, Mr. Football's there as a coordinator, but I mean, he's already kind of under fire from the user base for taking Armstrong with the second pick. We have Cleveland with Steam and B-Ball. Baltimore has Bix. Cincinnati's, I believe, is open actually. No, they're not.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, Abs is at Cincinnati. I don't know how active
Mm.
Abs is. So in
All right.
Indianapolis is open. Tennessee's open. Jacksonville is Darren, and Houston is Jimmy. Denver is Pat. Kansas City has that one guy who just they just don't want to fire this guy.
Did you see his contract
Yeah,
though? It's like
$19.9 million. The $19 million
it's
man.
insane.
Has this guy even won a playoff game for Kansas City?
He did before like everyone joined EFL.
Oh, that's right. The last time he made the playoffs was 21-39, which was the season I came back. So
Yeah.
he hasn't made the playoffs since I came back. But he keeps getting extended. So, which is bad for Dalian, I guess, because Dalian's the resident KC fan of PSE. So,
Yeah.
but that's all right. He's doing good things over there at Buffalo. Did you see how good he did over there? He almost beat
Yeah,
Cleveland.
he's just really improving,
Yeah,
which is
I
really good.
yeah, you love to see when you like to see when guys improve like that. Like Dalian, when he was, I believe he was what 7-9 his
Whoa.
first season.
You there?
Would you say?
Hello?
Can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you, Dewey. But
No, you cut out for me.
oh, okay. Um, yeah, I he was like 7-9 a few seasons ago. So let me
Mm.
check. And like you said, I love to see when people improve because it just shows growth. Yeah, he went 13-3 last year, or maybe he went 12 and I went. I think actually he went. I don't know if he went 13-3 and lost round one. I'm pretty sure that's how it went. And so yeah, he went 9-7, and then 10-6 and 9-7 again, and then 13-3. So good
Good
job over.
work.
Would you say?
I said good work.
Oh yeah,
He's doing
definitely.
good.
Is there anyone in the well, not just in the EFL, but like in PSC in general, that's kind of like caught your attention in terms of new people, or has it just been kind of the same guys?
I mean, Dalian's doing good, but it's really just been the same guys overall.
Yeah,
Kings is doing good at San Jose too.
yeah, I like Kings. I know Kings has kind of gotten himself into some altercations with coaches just because trash talk, which is cool. I
Hmm.
gave a shout out to
Yeah.
the blue guy at the beginning of the show, Vince.
Oh yeah, the blue guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's doing really good.
I
I
think he
really
had a
like
good
his
season.
write-ups.
Where was he? Temple, I want to say. Was it Temple that the blue guy was at? There where he had a good season. I know
Yeah,
that there was
I believe
some
so.
guy who was newer, and I believe he was at Temple.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
blue guy's doing really good as well.
yeah, and him with between his articles, which are
Mm,
spot on, perfect. I love the
yeah,
articles.
I
Uh,
really enjoy those.
yeah, and he took his time in Division 2. He went 69-12 at Hampton, and then he moved to
Nice.
Temple and he went 12-2. And he made the conference championship game. So yeah, well, look out for the blue guy. I mean, he plays. I don't know if he plays me this year, but I think I gotta because I'm at Memphis. Yeah, I gotta watch out for that guy over there in the American Conference. But yeah, the blue guy. It says just waiting for someone to legacy into with my Baltimore coach. 50 talent gap. I don't know what the 50 talent gap is for, but maybe he's talking about South Florida. I don't know. But yeah, I noticed guys like the blue guy. I know Mont has been I wouldn't say he's like performing great. I don't really watch who is he at? Auburn. I don't really watch Auburn, and but it seems like he's willing to work and he's been on, well, maybe not recently, but he it seems like he's on enough and he's been improving, and he was supposed to be on the show here, but he hasn't. He
Did
has.
you at him?
Yeah, I added him. He actually messaged me saying that he was down to do a show like just 30 minutes
Mm,
ago, and so that's okay. But yeah, I like seeing new guys do better because it's. I wouldn't say it's boring to watch just Frog just dominate everybody, but I mean it's kind of boring to just watch Frog dominate
yeah.
everybody, and so that's why I kind of wanted to. That's why I kind of wanted to get the EFL going because at the very least, like you might have those guys at the top, but like the way that the EFL sim is, it's
Yeah.
it's
It's really
anyone's.
different.
Yeah, like I lost to Bix by 17 just because I had five more turnovers than he did, and so it's anyone's ball game. I mean, I don't think we're gonna be seeing Bix beating Frog or anything because the difference between me and Frog is pretty big, but I mean,
Yeah.
uh,
Difference between Frog and anyone is pretty big.
yeah. And so, but I mean, I just like how it's like any given Sunday, really, kind of like how the NFL is. Says
Yeah.
Auburn started with a 60 overall quarterback and now they're at 82. Yeah, Mont's doing pretty good. Mont and I believe Base, I want to say,
Mm.
oh no, Base is at Georgia, but yeah, those guys are doing pretty good. So, are there any teams that might we're kind of switching back and forth. We're talking about PSE as a whole, but are there any teams or users that might emerge as a kind of like a close because we're all kind of fighting for second now. You know,
Yeah.
if you look at the playoffs, even with the year that Tennessee won the national championship, which I believe was 3 seasons ago now, I mean, it was still Frog. We still had to beat Frog, I think, 3 times to get there, 2 or 3 times to get there. So we're all pretty much just fighting for second place. I mean, you got Indiana, Southern Cal, Oklahoma. I mean, is there any? I mean, I know there's Ohio State and that's ARC, but are there
Mm.
anybody that are not in the upper echelon of teams? I mean, especially now that Hurd's gone and it looks like Crab has been kind of MIA and RVJ is gone. Is there anyone that you see kind of like filling the shoes of? I know
Uh,
Moons has been making some moves.
I don't know about filling the shoes, but I don't know how active he's gonna be. But I know RF joined California, so that could be something to watch with the prestige that they got.
I don't know.
What's gonna happen?
California's prestige has kind of dipped lately. I mean,
Oh, really?
yeah, Arizona
I
State
I always knew it was high.
Arizona State surpassed them, I think, like 2 or 3 seasons ago, which is why I
Oh
said that
shit.
they're not as great of a destination anymore because their prestige kind of hit the tank. And so, I mean, I know that Moons has been kind of making some moves over there of the places he's coached. I don't know where he's coaching now. I know he left Kansas, but I know also that, and I know that this is like technically still part of like that unit, but North Texas has been kind of. I mean,
Mm.
they kind of got an unlucky draw in the first round. I mean, if they were to play like Eastern Michigan or something like that, it might have been different. I'm just looking at the teams and who might like emerge. I know Ole Miss is probably
Navy,
Navy.
Navy.
He's. I think he's gone from Navy, isn't he? I think Vince
Oh,
left
is he
Navy.
actually?
Yeah, that's why I haven't really talked about Navy. Oh no, he's still there.
Oh no, he's still there. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's called
yeah.
Navy.
Okay, yeah, Navy. Yeah, I'm. I love seeing teams like Navy and I mean, I coached at Navy a few seasons ago. It's fun, it's fun to be the little guy and make the playoffs or something close to, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, teams like Navy, teams like Clemson, who won the ACC last year.
Did
Uh,
they actually?
yeah, they beat Miami. It was like the upset of the
Oh,
the whole season, pretty
oh
much.
yeah, I do remember that now.
Yeah,
Dang.
yeah. It says RVJ is more support now, and Vince said he's appalled by the lack of Navy talk. Well, we just gave Navy a little shout out.
Navy.
But yeah, RVJ. Well, since RVJ is pretty much gone and Hurd is pretty much gone, and Crab. I mean, I don't know if he's just chilling with Bama and Texas Tech is just his side chick or whatever. But he hasn't. I know he hasn't offered anybody it, and he hasn't given me the ability to offer anybody. So who else? I know. Watch out for. I mean, I know he's not new, but watch out for Bleak, man. Bleak's at UNLV now, but he
Yeah.
he put Louisville pretty much by himself at 22nd in the preview, pretty much coaching by himself.
Yeah, I played him last season when he was at Boise State, and he did really good for the
Yeah,
lack of talent that they had.
yeah, and UNLV. I mean, they're a lack of talent. I mean, I know T Pro is there, but I mean they're not that great. So I mean, we gotta watch out for him over there at UNLV. We gotta watch out for these
For
teams,
sure.
UNLV, North Texas. Um, I as much as I hate to bring up my own teams, we got to bring Purdue back on the horizon. I mean, now that the
Oh yeah.
now,
Rejoined them.
yeah, and we call it the revenge tour has kind of broken up. Michigan is disbanded, but
Yeah, I don't know if anyone's there anymore.
yeah, I think they're CPU, which is crazy because I believe that might actually break a streak. Oh no, they had a few CPU seasons. Okay, I was gonna say it's been a really long time before before the few seasons that Robo took over them in 34 and 35.
Hmm.
They haven't been CPU since 2068. So they've had a long streak of people coaching there, but now they're CPU, so that streak is broken. But
Yeah, that's gonna make things a little easier for Ohio State and Indiana.
well, easier for them, but also bad for them because those guys liked eating up their 8 and 9 tiebreaker points that they gifted them every year. Now it's gonna be more like 3 or even if that. And so,
Oh yeah,
do we see? I know that I've also kind of come back to Arizona State, and but I mean, another person who's kind of not been around lately is B-Ball. I haven't really seen him around
yeah.
lately.
I've seen him in the chat a few times, but
Yeah, yeah. And
I
so
don't know.
it's going kind of I wouldn't say downhill, but it's I think that people are just, and this is not a fault of anybody. I know that there's a lot of animosity that happened a while ago, but I wouldn't say it's a fault to anybody. Everybody has their schnicks. I've uh I've made well to me I've made peace with everybody.
Hmm.
I try to be kind of like the guy that is talking to everybody, and so
Yeah.
that it's PSC's not doing trending upward like it was 8 months ago, and that might be because of COVID and stuff. It's starting to
Hmm.
trickle on down, but I mean
It's almost summer.
yeah, well, summertime. I mean PSC has a lot of potential, man.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, but
Yeah, it's it's okay. PSC's had their down times. What was it like 2 real life years ago? I wasn't around 2 real life years ago.
hmm.
I mean, I was banned, but that's okay. But like 2 real life years ago, I don't think really anybody who's on now was around. I mean, I know Inex was kind of just around just to make sure that nobody else but him was winning, and I know Frog was kind of MIA. So, but I mean, do you think that there's a point where PSE will maybe go back up, or do you think it's just, well, I guess the better question is what do you think PSE needs to get back on track? Like in terms of the biggest needs PSE needs.
honestly, I don't know, but I think someone needs to like be actively working with the site because I feel like there's new users coming in and they just give up and don't know what to do.
Yeah. I think my biggest need was I think a forum
Yeah, the
is
forum would help a lot.
is the biggest because well the thing is that well I think it's two things and I think it's like 75% forum and 25% we got to use the chat, man.
Hmm.
I'm in the chat room as much as I possibly can, but like people they come on, they log in, cuz a uh there is a lot of people, and I went through a lot of old school coaches pages, a lot, from like Hobbs to like a guy named like Rarer or whatever his name was, to a whole bunch of guys, a ton of people. I'd say maybe like 80 to 85% of old users logged in the last year. In the last year and a half, a lot of old school users log in, and you know what they see? They come in, they see the forum hasn't been posted in 5 months, 6 months, or I think it's 6 months now because it's I think the last post was October.
Yeah, I
Which
think
is
it was like UNLV
yeah, I was gonna say
released.
it's ironic because it's a T Pro posting about his win record at UNLV. So people come in, they see that the forum hasn't been posted in 5 months, and then come in chat and they see nobody in there, and then they just dip
Yeah,
because they're like, oh, it's dead. They don't even look at the leagues or who's in it or what. So let's see what the chat says. They need a forum. It says there used to be a support structure of experienced users willing to mentor, plus a forum, plus a lack of chat.
yeah.
I and I think that this would actually make a lot of things better because if we, and I know that Discord is really useful for team chats and for voice chats and stuff like that, and you know, but I think that is in the best interest of PSE if we went back into PSE chat. And that's just my thinking. I know that I'm not going to convince anybody to go into PSE chat,
Hmm.
but like we got to go back in like eventually because people are going in there and because and that also if we go back into chat because I know that it fixes a few other problems because there's been a lot of issues that people have with the moderation of the Discord that we have.
Yeah, for sure.
And I have a problem with it. Like, yeah, I completely agree that there is a problem with the moderation of the Discord. It's very like who knows who or who likes who and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And even if because at the very least it would it would make BM have to implement a chat mod and that would
Hmm.
have to be on BM, not on us, not on anything. Because, I would be totally cool if, like, Darren was a chat mod for PSE and we all just were there, It says, I only
Yeah.
returned to PSE because of a random Discord notification, but I'd 10 out of 10 prefer PSE chat. PSE chat is not bad. The only thing that is not great about PSE chat is that there's no voice chat. But
Yeah.
but that's okay because you can have. I mean, like I have my own team chats for Discord. It's not like I don't see. There's maybe like 85 people in the Discord. I see maybe 5 people voice chatting. It's like Base and Robo occasionally, and you and me and maybe Raider and Bix, and that's it. So I think, yeah, I agree with Vince. I believe a forum should. I tell Darren every day. I said forum, forum, forum. I was like, I would tell him daily. When's the forum gonna be fixed? When's the forum gonna be fixed? When's the forum gonna be fixed? As soon as the forum is fixed, we gotta go back in the chat because they're like, and that's the reason why I said is because there are so many people that have logged into PSE and they probably just log in for a second, they go into chat and see nobody, they see the forum and they see it's dead and they never log in again because they're like it's dead. So I know we kind of spent too
Yeah.
long on that topic, but
No,
it's
I think it's needed.
yeah, because I think we all share the same sentiment that PSE has infinite potential, you know,
Yeah, for sure.
because it's
And I
deeper.
miss when they used to pay Empire points when for writing articles.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
and
I
that
think the
brought a
blue
lot of people to the
I
forums.
think the blue guy deserves like at least like 200 Empire points just from all the stuff that
Yeah,
he's
for
written
sure.
just these last 2 seasons. If I like at the very least 200 Empire points, and so yeah, no, we got to get PSE more involved. I think that the time for animosity it's kind of cooling down a little bit. I know there's still some skirmishes here and there that I see sometimes, but
Hmm.
for the most part, I mean, I'm cool with those guys, and we all know who those guys are and
Yeah.
they might not be cool with me, but they're at least like we cool, like So it, I think that now that it's kind of like the dust is settled, you know, we all just gotta kind of come together and figure out and help new people, which we have. I think that people have been doing a very good job of helping people. I see Bob helping Cal and a bunch of people make defenses and help them, and so which is good. We need that in PSC. So, but yeah. Um, let's talk about some of the additions to the EFL. So what do you think about
Alright.
so what do you think because we could sit and talk about the ECAA all we want, but we all know who's going to win the ECAA. So
Mhm.
it's there's I mean, not a whole lot to talk about. But I don't even really think that there's a debate on any conference
Yeah,
like
it's
it's
gonna be the
good.
same guys.
Eastern Michigan, maybe Toledo, but Eastern Michigan really took it to Toledo last year. But Eastern Michigan, North Texas, Indiana, or Ohio State. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Indiana though.
Yeah, Indiana's doing really good.
Yeah, Fresno, Southern Arizona State. No, I'm playing Southern Cal. I think Ole Miss is gonna win. Now that Hurd's gone, I think Ole Miss has the SEC locked. Um, what do we got? We got Miami.
Miami, yeah.
Navy. Now that I know that Vince is still there, Navy. Sunbelt is probably a question mark because Hurd left Georgia State, who won. I mean, I'm at Arkansas State, but I'm 100% game plan over there. So, and of
Or
course,
Oklahoma.
Texas. No, yeah, Oklahoma.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just, I'm just,
I was gonna.
I'm just playing. Yeah,
Texas could surprise people.
no, no. I Bix is my boy, but it's Oklahoma's to lose. I mean, it's not even Oklahoma's to lose. They have it on lock. I mean, I don't think Texas Tech or even is gonna come close to them. So
Oklahoma is pretty much just USC, right?
yeah, Oklahoma is pretty much USC. Fresno State's pretty much USC.
Yeah.
Indiana is not USC because they don't have David and Ark, but Indiana's got Vincent Frog and Ohio State's got Ark, and so it's we know who's going to be the contenders, and so th-
There's.
there's no questions about that. It says, oh, let me hold on, I gotta
Yeah, I just saw that. Want to become famous?
hold on. I want to be famous. Hold on. I want to hit this button to become famous.
I would not click that.
Yeah, do not click that for the. Well, now my chat's all messed up. See, this bot is messing up my chat. My chat's all messed up. Oh, see, I say we gotta go into chat, and Flyer and Good Game go into PSC chat.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Let me
gotta fill up. We
let
gotta
me
fill up
check.
chat. We gotta fill up PSC chat, man. We gotta do whatever we can to.
It's really full on drafts nowadays.
Well, yeah, draft. Well, see, that is the.
Not as full as it used to be, but
Yeah,
it's getting back.
yeah, it's getting there. It's looking. Says, oh, Josh says I'm back. What did I miss? You didn't miss a whole lot. I predicted Ole Miss was gonna win the SEC. So, but what are we? Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about the EFL. So, hell yeah, now Vince and you are in chat. See, this is what we gotta like. Even if we're just sitting in chat like we used to do, just so people know that we exist in PSC. But Dalian did good over there in Buffalo. Do we think that he's gonna win the AFC East again this year, or did he? Did New England win, or I think Buffalo won,
I
didn't they?
think Buffalo won. I think New England beat them both times, but I
Oh,
think
they missed the playoffs. They beat
it was
Buffalo
really tough schedule
twice.
for them.
They beat Buffalo twice. They went 12-4, and
Hmm.
they missed the playoffs. I remember that.
Yeah, I saw him in chat complaining about that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how their schedules are, but I think it's very dependent on
Give me
that.
give me the Bills Mafia again. I mean, I like
Yeah,
Sins.
I'm gonna take the Bills on that one.
I like Sin. Sin's my homie, but I'm a huge fan of Dalian and what he's doing over there in Buffalo.
Yeah, he's
He's
constantly improving.
Do you see that? Did you see what Dalian had Matos evaluated at? He's a
It was like 130.
year three, 130 eval.
Yeah, that's
That's
insane.
crazy. That's crazy.
And and he's got a Menzel there.
Yeah. So he's got a squad over. He sent me his grid for his team. He develops Buffalo, man. He does real.
Yeah,
He's he's a little under the radar. I wouldn't be surprised if not only he made the playoffs, but if he won a playoff game. Catch him beating Cleveland or Houston or something like that. And so we got
yeah.
the North. I mean, Josh left Baltimore, and so it's just and
I
I
think
left Cleveland, but I think Cleveland still got it in the bag, wouldn't you say?
yeah, I think I might have to give the edge to Cleveland over Baltimore.
Yeah, I do too. And I think Bix. I haven't seen Baltimore's schedule. I think the EFL sim suits Bix's playbook more because he plays Carolina week 1, which that's going to be an interesting matchup because I'm going to miss the
Hmm.
first quarter or so, and then he plays Cleveland the
Oh
second
yikes!
week, Buffalo
I
week
just saw that
3,
those first 4 games.
Vegas week 4, and then he plays New Orleans week 6, Jacksonville week 7, San Diego
That's
week
tough.
11, Atlanta week 12, Cleveland 14, and then Houston.
Houston, yeah.
That's a brutal schedule. I'm sorry, Bix, bro. That schedule is brutal, man. That is, I'm sorry. He says, give us like 2 seasons. We should be ready to play North Texas. I don't know about that one, Bix. North Texas is really good, but yeah, I'm gonna give the edge to Cleveland on this one. Uh,
Same.
who do you? Well, Are there any
If
users that
is Darren actually going to be calling, or is it just going to be his game plan
well
like
his
last season?
it's gonna be his game plan, but his game plan went 10-6. I think Darren's game plan, if he updated it a little more, which he could have, I think his game
Hmm.
plan could probably beat Bix.
What about Houston? Could it beat Houston?
Um, I mean, I
Houston's
don't.
got a good game plan.
Houston does have a good. Well, yeah, I think Houston has a good game plan, but
They're copying my Wildcat offense though.
yeah, Jimmy's been coming out with some new stuff lately. He's been on a little bit more.
Yeah.
he didn't call against Cleveland, but I saw a few games that he live play called. So
Oh,
he's
for real?
yeah
Shoot.
yeah he's coming up. I mean we all know how I feel about Jimmy, but because
Yeah, yeah.
he drafts my players and hogs them, but that's okay. Um, so so are there any people that you would want to take over like Pittsburgh or Cincinnati? Well, Cincinnati's not open, but like Pittsburgh, I would like to see
No.
Flyer or um the blue guy take over because the blue guy is an EC user. So, and of course we know that the EFL is more friendly to EC users or
Mhm.
non-EC users because of how
Yeah.
less intensive it is. I would think if anyone sees the blue guy around, if we could talk the blue guy into going to like Pittsburgh or something, that would be cool. I'm just over here trying to talk. I said that I would give every season I'll give a 100 Empire point prize to the Empire Bowl winner if the EFL got to 100% active 100%. Not just,
Mm.
not people
Yeah.
going on a team and its game plan for the playoffs too, and they're losing 54-7, and Frogs, whooping up on everybody. I know it's gonna be my monthly $20 donation to Frogs OnlyFans account, pretty much. But um, so we got the AFC South over here. I mean, Houston won it last year, but Jacksonville is kind of coming up. I mean, Darren,
Yeah.
it looks like he's at least trying to draft well. I mean, he was there for the draft. He was
Mhm.
drafting.
They drafted really well. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they did really good. I know they got a Tennessee player round one, and so
Yeah. They got
do we
that
think
safety.
Jacksonville's game plan is enough to outgun Houston's game plan?
If it's the same one from last season, probably not. But if he updates it, I think it's got a good chance to
Yeah.
stop Houston.
Yeah, Flyer, I want you in the EFL, man. The EFL is it's a good league if when it's active. It's nobody now. I mean some people have now, but a lot of the newer people now have not seen the EFL while it's been active. So I just want to also give a quick shout out to the little chat room. I haven't given my chat room shout out. Ball 857. Commander Root always there when I need him. Dalian, shout out to you, Dalian. Giving Dalian a lot of love on the show. I hope you win the AFC East over there, buddy. Don't let me down. Dr. Dewey TV co-host over here. Flyer. Nice. I do want you in the EFL, man. I want the EFL to be 100% full. Have this too. Gene RS2. I don't know these people. Lurks, the lovely Lurk, Steam stream bot. RNIC Josh, giving love to Josh over there, New Orleans for following me to the NFC South. That's gonna be fun. I think that in terms of the most competitive showdowns, me and Josh at the NFC South and C Dub should be a fun
Yeah,
one to
C-Dub's at
watch.
Atlanta.
Yeah, that should be a fun division to keep an eye out on. Skull Slayer, aka Bix, over there in Baltimore, doing this thing in Texas. Supreme Clutch Rocket or Supreme KM, as his name is. Shout out to you over there in Minnesota, almost winning the Empire Bowl last year. I want you to take your own team too, man. I mean, I understand if you want to coach with friends. I'm not gonna knock anybody like David and Frog for being together in the EFL. I would just like that's just me being a EFL homer wanting to see the EFL be active. Cause wouldn't that be cool if the draft you would actually have to prep for the draft?
Yeah. Instead of having like 100 evals
Yeah,
fall.
that would be cool. Vince, the man, the myth, the legend, Vince. Come on, man. I had Indiana winning the national championship last year, and you let me down. You better not let me down. And Navy too, man. I expect at least one playoff win from Navy this year, because we all know they're probably going to end up playing Ole Miss or something. So the man Vince over there doing things. Vince to Indy, please. division with Vince, Ark, Cookie, and Frog. I think that's kind of impossible right now, unless you guys are trying to migrate over to the AFC South. But I think that that's pretty impossible at the moment. I don't think that there's like a division that's like wide open, and so I think every division has at least one or two active users in it, which is really cool. I like that. And so shout
Yeah.
out to you over there, Vince. Vince to Indianapolis, please let it happen. Please. I am speaking it into existence. It says let's see. We got the AFC West, that's your division. Do you want to take that one in terms of predictions?
I'll keep it simple. If San Diego lets their game plan run, I'll probably win it. If they decide to live play call against us, they'll probably win it. Last season they didn't call, and we won both games against them finally, and we won the division finally. So, and then I wasn't expecting them to call the playoff game, and then I see them changing their plays, and I'm like, well, shit, I'm probably gonna lose. And
Yeah,
I lost by one.
I saw that. It was a good game, man. I don't know how much they called or whatever, but if we could have games like that every week, that'd be so sick. But yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna be between you and San Diego. I usually Vegas takes it because San Diego just doesn't try that much in the regular
Mhm.
season. But
Yeah.
we never know if San Diego's schedule needs them to call a lot more than maybe because if what you saw from the Baltimore schedule, we might have to be forcing people to call some games. And so what is it? They got to play Dallas week 1, which is Robo, and then Denver, which
Okay.
is pretty inactive. Houston, then they play Washington, which is Mind Lab week 6. They play Miami week 7, Vegas week 8, Baltimore week 11. I don't think anyone's at New Jersey. Who's at New Jersey? I know
Is that what's his face? It's like
uh
gold
Gold
something.
Creep, Gold Creep. Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
he
Gold.
he joined like midway
Oh,
or
okay.
a little late in last season.
Yeah, he tried to trade for my pick, but I was like I'm staying at 3. I'm glad I did cuz if I had traded it to Cleveland
Yeah,
like I originally wanted to, I would have regretted it.
for sure.
And
Sosa.
yeah, I know. And then they have Vegas again, and then they have Philly, who is T Pro, and we'll get to that, and then Buffalo. So maybe we get a few more live play call games from San Diego this season. Maybe that would be kind of cool. Now we got the NFC East. We
This
got
is actually a pretty solid division.
this is the meme division, is what I would call it, because we got Gold Creep. Who took over? Oh yeah, no, it's Gold Creep, and then it's T Pro, and then it's Mind
Mind
Lab
Lab and
and
Robo.
Robo.
I have no idea who's gonna win this
This is
one,
a
but
hard one to. I want to say Robo's gonna win. That's what I want to say right now.
yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards as well.
I think we're gonna have to really lean on, and this is like the first time that we'd have to do this for a prediction. But we gotta actually like look at their schedules
Yeah, I know
because
I play Mind Lab week 1, which is today
do I
and
who do I
tomorrow.
play out of these guys? I don't play Philly. So Philly plays. Well, they play the
Oh,
AFC West.
you play Washington.
Okay, so they play the AFC West. They play Tampa Bay, Arizona, Los Angeles, and Minnesota. So Philadelphia has a pretty tough schedule. This Washington's is decently tough. I mean, they have Vegas week 1 and they have me week 4. And you don't. I don't think.
San
I don't think.
Diego.
I don't think I've ever played Mind Lab before, ever. So that
I
should
played
be.
him in the MMI last season.
Oh well, I mean, the one time I played him, I won by like 100, and it was Purdue against Northwestern, but that's a little unfair.
Yeah,
But yeah, they play San Diego and then Seattle, New Orleans, and Minnesota. All those teams have some tough schedules. I think Robo's gonna win it. I want to say Robo's
yeah.
gonna win this one. And then the
I'll say
NFC,
Robo.
yeah, I'll say I think Robo. I think Robo's the safest bet. It says I think Robo said he's tanking. Isn't that
Oh,
illegal? I
yeah. My one of my friends got banned for that.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal. It says me and you need to team up again, Gabe, and that's from Bix. That would be fun. If you want to come over to Carolina, that'd be cool. I would prefer you to stay at Baltimore, but that's that would be cool. Um, yeah, Robo being all illegal and stuff. Yeah, it's Josh says I played Mind Lab. Mind Labs are gonna have a lot of fun playing in the EFL. It seems like everyone's been saying I play Mind Lab in the EFL this year. So so the NFC North, I don't think we gotta really talk. I think this is the only well outside of
Minnesota's winning it, yeah,
outside of maybe the AFC North. I think that this is the only lock.
for sure, yeah.
I think that this is a lock for Minnesota. And the NFC South biggest question mark. This may be as hard as the NFC East to guess, not because of it's a meme division, but because it's got three quality coaches.
Hmm.
I mean, I
Someone
mean,
at Tampa Bay.
yeah, it's the Easy the safety.
Oh, Easy the safety. Okay.
Yeah, he's been slugging it out at Tampa Bay. He's been there for a few seasons now. I mean, he went
Yeah.
10-6 one year, but then he hasn't really done that great. But he's been doing good over there. And then you have C Dub over there in Atlanta, and you have Josh in New Orleans, and you have me at Carolina. I think Josh has it. If I were to pick from the three, I think that's another one where you got to look at the schedules, and that might be the deciding factor. But I'm not going to do that right now.
Yeah.
But
What
if
AFC teams do you guys play?
I believe we play the AFC
Oh, North.
North. I want to say well,
Yeah.
yeah, because I played Baltimore week 1, so or you got to play. That's 2 or 3 wins because I'm gonna miss the first quarter of tomorrow's game, maybe more, but so maybe 2 or 3 wins against AFC North, maybe four. You know, if I can beat Cleveland, I don't think I can, but
Hmm.
I mean, I think I can take Steam and B-ball, but yeah, and then
It's gonna be a fun division.
I don't play Minnesota and I don't play San Francisco. So I don't play the big dogs of the NFC. So I might get lucky and you might see Carolina in the playoffs next year. But
Yeah, there is two wild card spots. So
yeah. So
I think one of the wild card spots is gonna go to
to
whoever doesn't win that division.
yeah. I think it's going to be New Orleans. We could see very possibly all three with New Orleans, Carolina and
Yeah, that's true.
Atlanta cuz I mean
NFC West is pretty good though with LA
yeah, I was gonna
and
say
Tampa.
LA is the big question mark, and Chicago usually
Yeah,
depends on how good their
Chicago.
schedule is. If they have a tough schedule, then they usually don't do so hot. But their game plan's better than most noobs. So, but it says I took your time change. Thanks, man. That'd be cool. That's cool. So I get to play Biggs head to head tomorrow with Sipple starting at quarterback. I
You should start curly hair.
curly hair. I signed him. I
He's the
you
goat.
know I might. I mean, I use starting rookies in the EFL is
He
kind of
gets
like
injured a lot.
yeah. I told you I trade you him for a six. I picked him in what the fourth, the third, fourth. I think it was the fourth
I
round.
It might have been the fourth. Yeah, I
I told.
would, but I'm good with quarterbacks right now.
Oh well, maybe when you move on to bigger and better things in Green Bay, you can
We'll
take
see.
him. Yeah. I assume Green Bay is gonna be open by the end of the season, but
Yeah,
so the West out here, I think
yeah. This is a good division.
yeah, because you have L.A. Who's at Seattle and Arizona? Because
I thought Bleak was at Seattle, but did
no,
he
he
leave?
left. He's at San Francisco
Oh,
now, I think.
oh, okay. Ben 80
Okay,
is at
Pick
Seattle.
Rick is at Arizona,
Yeah, he
and
signed all his free agents to 1 year deals. So
yeah, Ben 80, who finished the season with Seattle, and he hasn't been on in over a week. So I think that it's just gonna be San Francisco at number one, and I think LA is gonna be number two, and LA is gonna be fighting with Carolina and Atlanta for that wild card spot. What do you think?
yeah, that sounds good. Um, I don't know. I think Carolina could take the South though.
I wouldn't be surprised if Carolina took the South. I think because I'm pretty sure if Josh plays Minnesota, that would work out a lot in my favor
Let's
because
see.
you don't have to as Dally improved, you don't have to beat a team twice
Hmm.
to win your division.
Doesn't look like he does play
No, he
Minnesota
doesn't.
though.
It looks like his schedule is actually easier than mine. He gets to play San
Yeah,
Francisco. He plays San Francisco. I mean, he plays me twice. I mean, I shouldn't act like I'm horrible, but he plays me twice, and Cleveland and Atlanta twice. I mean, yeah, his schedule is actually pretty. I mean, he plays
yeah.
Dallas, but you said that Robo said he's not gonna go that hard. So,
Oh, I didn't say that. That's what someone in the chat said.
oh, okay, but yeah, it looks like New Orleans might actually be like 15-1 this year, and so that would be cool. I know that he said that he was pretty much waiting for New Orleans to open up because they had a coach for a long time.
Yeah, yeah. 2136 to 2149.
Yeah, and so and before that, they hadn't been CPU since, and I believe that they were not CPU that 21-30 season. I want to say that guy McCadden or whatever was actually there, Coach Stockton, because I think he like left and then came
Wow.
back in the same season or whatever. But yeah, so they haven't been CPU in a while. So
Yeah, well,
look out for the new NFC South dynasty over there, the powerhouse New Orleans and Carolina. That would be cool. And so what do you see? Let's see. Says a Sipple gang. Yeah, Sipple. He's currently set as the starter for Carolina right now. Even though I probably should start RepCAD. But it says, Gabe, I think you've enticed me into joining the EFL. I want you to, Vince. I really do, man. I think that having me actually like have to study for like and have a draft plan and like have to trade up potentially to get a pick ahead of somebody else, just the thought of that just sounds so fun. And
yeah,
because when's the last time you? Well, I mean, you obviously you tried to. It says anyone else open besides Indy. Well, here's the thing, Vince. I'm trying to help you out. Indianapolis. If you go to Indy, you can take your legacy coaches there, and you can drop guys in your college team's pipeline. So I'm trying to help you out. And so, I mean, if you want to take somebody else, go ahead. But Indianapolis is like the perfect destination for especially you. That's why Darren wanted. That's why Darren's at Jacksonville actually, but because he wanted Miami, but they're taken. And
yeah.
but I mean, if you want to know who else is open, Pittsburgh, New York, and I believe who else? I mean, if we want to talk about people who are going to be open, Seattle is going to be open. Detroit or not Detroit, Green Bay is going to be open. Um, I'm pretty sure Abs is going to leave Cincinnati, so Cincinnati is probably going to be open. New York is already open. I think Tennessee is already open. Yeah, Tennessee's open, and
Yeah,
so yeah, those are the teams, man. Those are who you got to look out for if you really want another team. But I think Indianapolis is like the perfect spot for you. Because someone told me that I should take over Arizona for ASU, but I don't really care about legacies all that much. I wasn't really the guy dropping legacies, and so yeah, waiting before the draft is probably good. Indianapolis is probably going to have the number one pick, I would
yeah.
assume. So I don't
Who had
even
it last? Green Bay.
who well is there a consensus like number one pick this year? I know Tennessee doesn't
I,
have like any studs this year, so
I haven't been doing much scouting. That's what my coordinator does.
well, I mean, I did scouting. I wish I could look at past grids, like my college grid from last year, and look at like some of the juniors I may have scouted. But I mean, I like I said, I know that Tennessee doesn't really. I mean, like Tennessee always has guys that are gonna drop like really well, but
Hmm.
um, and so I think today's opening day, right? So
Yeah,
that's cool. So
first
opening
day.
day, PSE. Let's look at some of the games. I know Purdue and Ohio State is kind of the game of the day. So as we switch back over to the ECAA, and another thing that I said that was enticing about it says Alfonso Ruiz from Ole Miss. What is he graded at? Josh, I'm assuming that's your quarterback. I mean, I don't really pay attention to Ole Miss a whole lot. I mean, outside of when I played them last year, because we only play twice every 2 years. So um, it says so. What was I doing? Oh yeah, so the games of the week. Oklahoma scheduled Michigan. That's funny. Michigan's they they could go
I
like
think Michigan might win that one.
yeah, I know, right? Memphis and Tennessee. Memphis Tigers all day. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
I
there's
thought someone was at Memphis.
I'm at Memphis. I'm at Memphis
Oh,
and I'm at
oh, never mind.
Tennessee. I don't know why I heard I don't know why I heard and I didn't think about this before. Memphis plays Tennessee every year, and they're in a cupcake conference, and they're in the airport adjacent to Tennessee's airport. So I don't know why he was messing around in Georgia State all those years, but that's okay. Um, yeah, there's really like you you really shouldn't schedule like big games week one anyway,
Yeah.
because you never know what the sim's gonna look like.
And Georgia Tech scheduled me for week one 2 seasons ago, so I have to play them again week one this year.
Wasn't that the year that you got like upset or whatever because your quarterback couldn't
Yeah.
hit the backside of the barn or something like that?
Nah, my
Oh no, they were
cornerbacks just
catching
were.
everything. That's what it was.
Yeah, it was like double and triple coverage, and like my cornerbacks were literally like right on top of their receivers, and they were still catching it.
Yeah, that's
It
tough.
it, it might be the talent thing because I was looking at the talent, and I don't know. It'll probably happen again tomorrow because my
Uh,
corners got worse this season.
if you think that's bad, oh the EFL man. Whew. I mean, you know, cause
Yeah,
you're in the
those
EFL.
catches in the EFL are ridiculous. I get like when I play San Diego, I'll throw like 30 yards downfield, and my receiver would like make a
Well,
ridiculous
that's
catch.
why I don't know if you saw the trade I made to manager to San Francisco. I traded for my ASU receivers because they're both B strength. I was because
Oh,
he's
the strength help.
yeah, and so he sniped them from
Oh
me.
shoot.
He sniped them from me from undrafted from the UDFA, and so because I wasn't on for
hmm
free agency, and so he took them
Yeah,
from me.
something was happening with the free agency. Like it was like rolling, like right at season rollover, and so I went and offered players, and then like two
I know
minutes later they'd be signed on my roster. I'm
I
like,
know
oh,
that's how New Orleans got Lar, Jackie Lar, and so
because I know I
um
got one of your tackles. I think
oh did you?
it was like Darren Smith or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about Arizona State. Yeah, I really wanted him. I
Yeah,
was wondering where he went. Yeah, he was 105 eval offensive
yeah.
lineman.
I was so shocked. I was so shocked that he made it out of the draft.
Yeah, well, if I was there for the draft, I would have put him on my board for the sixth round instead of
Yeah.
drafting like a third quarterback. But but yeah, no, I was shocked he made it out too. I mean, 105. He's gonna be like 130 by his like fourth season.
I
So
moved him to center, but
yeah, well, he should be around like
just because I
101 or
needed a
102
center.
at center.
No, he
So
was still 105 there.
oh really? Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's
Yeah,
insane.
I signed my other guys. They're like 101, 102. So they weren't like as good. So,
hmm
but yeah. Yeah, no, the catches like you could just like throw up like you could just throw up like you said like 20-yard passes and you're like, well, it's going to be like 50-50 if it's one-on-one coverage. And
hmm
so yeah, I see Purdue Ohio State. I'm not actually calling that game cuz I have to work tomorrow. So, I hope that my fellow hombres at Purdue can do without me. But so yeah, that's the only good ECAA game I saw from the whole day.
USF Syracuse.
Is anyone at Syracuse?
I thought maybe not. I don't know.
Who'd you think was at
Oh,
Syracuse?
never. I thought I thought
Were
there
you
was
getting
someone
Syracuse and
there.
Clemson mixed up?
No, I thought it was like Dagger or something. That was at Syracuse.
Let's check.
I guess not. Never mind.
Wait, what did you say? Who? Did you say Dagger? Are you talking about from the? Are you talking about from the NCAA Facebook page? Dagger, the coach Dagger from Syracuse. That guy.
I have no idea. I thought it was someone
Oh,
named that.
oh no, DAG, Dagger. Okay, he was at Syracuse. Oh, I didn't know
Oh,
that guy.
okay.
I didn't know that guy
You got
played
me feeling like I
PSE.
was going crazy.
I didn't know that guy played PSE. Yeah, there's like this. It's an inside joke. If you know, you know. It says Jackie Lar and five other quarterbacks. Yeah, Josh, you just shut it. I hope. Well, I shouldn't say I hope he gets hurt. I shouldn't hope injury on anyone, especially since my starting quarterback is a fourth round draft pick. But
Yeah. Shout out to San Francisco. I tried signing my undrafted free agents from Utah State, and they got both of them.
yeah, San Francisco was on top of it. They signed like I said, they signed my receivers at Arizona State. I had to trade him Barry Ho to get him back because I was like, I'm not letting these C plus and B minus strength receivers go. Frick, you kidding me? Yeah. So, are there any good EFL games? I mean, I know there's me and Bix, which I mean, to the normal human being, that's not exciting. But I mean, if Bix beats me, then I mean, PSE could have a good laugh about it. Vegas plays Mind Lab. You play Mind Lab tomorrow.
What time is that game, man? Okay,
Uh,
I should be able to make that.
8:10. Yeah, I have mine at the late game, the actual late game, the 10:40 slot tomorrow. So, Cleveland, Tampa Bay, not that great. Pittsburgh, Atlanta, eh. San Diego and Dallas. I mean, I know. Robo says he's not gonna try. He should try calling that game. Come on, Robo. Come on, man. We're trying to make the EFL great again. Well, if it actually was great in the first place, but I
Yeah,
think
my
another
team.
thing is when people say that the EFL sim sucks. Yeah, it does. But we all just can live through that together, man. we could live and breathe through that, you know. And so
Yeah,
let's see the other games we got. There's not that many good
nah.
games. Uh,
Unless Arizona could pull off an upset, I guess.
who's
Uh,
Arizona playing?
Patriots.
Oh no, I think
They,
Sin's got it
they
going
could.
on. People kind of Sin's playbook was really made for the EFL. I know you play him a lot. He likes to throw it up. It's like one-on-one coverage,
Yeah.
and he's kind of one of those coaches where he kind of throws it up into coverage, and his receivers somehow catch it, and it pisses me off. And so well, because I think
Yeah.
was it you and him got into like a really big game, and it ended up going into like overtime,
Yeah.
but
You,
you threw like a boot on
yeah,
the last play.
I got a Hail Mary.
Yeah.
It was going into overtime, but I didn't. If I could have settled for the field goal and went into overtime, but I just didn't feel like going into that because he was getting a lot of
Momentum.
really good catches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah,
So I did my Hail Mary play.
that was a fun game to watch. And so yeah, and then
I did
there's
my Hail Mary play against Josh earlier in that season too.
really, and it worked.
Yeah, yeah, it worked both times.
Oh my
It
gosh.
doesn't work anymore because I guess the catches are kind of fixed. But
Yeah, I mean, catches are all right. I mean, the thing, I guess what's worse than the catches in the EFL is the turnovers. Like, and it's not even interceptions.
yeah,
I mean, interceptions are high. Like, I don't know if you saw the stat leaders, but
yeah,
like the
my
number one,
quarterback threw like 30 interceptions
well, the
last
number
season.
1, 2, and 3 like interception leader guys last year were at 19, 20, 19, and 17. So, like, if that just gives you a visual representation of how many interceptions there are. And I thought when I
Hmm.
came back, I just sucked when I had a quarterback throw like 45 touchdowns and 30
Holy crap!
interceptions.
And Jersey quarterback threw 92 interceptions.
Oof, that's rough. Can you see stats from last year?
Yeah, it's still up,
Oh, nice.
and you can see them from past years too.
Yeah, yeah, 92 interceptions. The number one quarterback, who was yours, 62 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. There's
Yeah,
not many people can say that they had a positive ratio. Well, I mean, I guess if you really tried and called every game, because
yeah. Most of those interceptions are from game playing games.
yeah, because I mean, if your game plan's throwing it, you're up 35 points, of course you're gonna throw them right into interceptions.
Yeah,
So, I feel like if and not many quarterbacks threw over 20 touchdowns. Only 10 quarterbacks threw over 20 touchdown passes. That's really
this is
crazy.
a running league last season.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot of guys over 1K.
Oh yeah, 24. And I mean, and the guy, and even the two guys under that are at 968 and 997. So
Yeah,
yeah, I got to bring back the Carolina run game. Back when I had like
yeah. I know what you're talking about with that.
3,000 yard rushers and one guy was at 2,000, and yeah, that was fun. When I had backs that didn't get hurt every play, I it seems like guys are more injury prone now than back
Hmm.
when I first came back. So, but that's okay. maybe I'm just on the wrong team because it was Cleveland that was going through that trouble. But
I
I,
get players that get injured,
yeah.
especially especially like offensive line. I see that a lot of injuries on that.
Well, I think that could be easily avoidable. Whoa, you scared the shit out of me. Why you coming in? You sneaking in here like
Oh,
that?
you were talking to me.
No, like I look at the standings and I look back and Jamie's standing right behind me. What's up?
Hi.
How you doing?
I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, sorry. You're just a figment of my imagination anyway. So
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
yeah, but
I don't run my Discord account.
yeah, but what do you call it? What was I even talking about? Oh yeah, no. You could. It's easily fixed. Like you just gotta do your due diligence when you're drafting. Like
Yeah, like I drafted the Fresno running back. He had 0 injuries, and he hasn't been injured at all since he's been in the league. So
I really wanted Menzel because
yeah, I was hoping that he'd fall
yeah,
to where I was
because
thinking as
Menzel
well.
is like Iron Man, and so
Yeah.
Steve Brummett had
Who drafted
900.
who drafted Menzel? Was that Cleveland?
Yeah, Cleveland drafted Menzel. Steve Brummett had 968 rushing yards. He was my quarterback at Arizona State. That's great. That's crazy. Uh, come on, Darren. You gotta treat my old players right. I wanted to trade for him. But he was like, nah, he's a good backup. And so I was like, okay, because my quarterback situation isn't very great. I have Sipple, who's my franchise. I have
Yeah.
Constantine Repcat as my backup, and I have Curly Hair as my third string quarterback. And
Pretty good third string quarterback.
I'm pretty sure all three of them are injury prone.
Yeah,
So
Curly. The Hair family is really injury prone.
yeah, and so I'm not doing so. I mean, I got Sosa, so I mean Sosa can play a little quarterback.
Yeah, that dude's fast.
He can play every. I think he's like 415 or something like that. Something crazy.
Yeah. Dodge was like a 410.
Was it you that got Dodge?
Nah, mine I've got him in the second round somehow.
Uh, I was I was debating on getting Dodge, but
He had a few injuries, I think.
yeah, that's why I didn't. It's because we put him at wide receiver for one game, and then he got
Yeah,
hurt.
I remember that.
Yeah, and so yeah, Sosa's at 417, and so I mean I have him at safety right now. Safety, well, my defenses. Safeties are really important in my defense. So
Hmm.
oh, it says Sipple did not get hurt once in 300 rushes last year. Well, that is
That's
why.
a good sign.
Well, that is why he is QB1. So if you're wondering why he's QB1 at Carolina, that would be why. And don't ask me why I have a quarterback who was a Division 2 quarterback. Well, actually, I had a Division 2 quarterback when I was at Carolina before. What didn't I? I had a
Oh yeah, you had the Jacksonville. Wait,
yeah.
no,
No, I
was
had
it at quarterback?
Mercer. Yeah, it was the Mercer guy. What was his
Mercer.
name?
Yeah.
Ronaldo Reina.
Oh
Reina was
yeah, that
Reina.
guy.
Reina scored more points for Vegas in the Empire
Yeah,
Bowl
I like
than
Reina.
Vegas.
I like that quarterback.
No, yeah, no, yeah, I bet you do. I forget that me and you played in the Empire Bowl.
Yeah, that's when like the we couldn't see the dots on the field.
Yeah, and I got all pissed off because I threw two straight pick sixes.
Yeah, that was miserable.
Yeah, it was.
Casellas don't get injured that much.
Yeah. What did you, there's another one coming out, I think. Is
Yeah,
it?
I think did Josh get the other Casella? I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Josh got the defensive end Casella.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it should be. We should see good things. I could develop a quarterback, especially if he has speed. And his range actually wasn't bad. He had range better than Armstrong, which I
Hmm.
mean that doesn't say a whole lot, but
Yeah, I still don't know how he went number 2 overall.
yeah, I just think as Vince said, a new guy saw his high eval, and he's probably had the
Hmm.
wrong eval. I said he probably had like 110 on him, with like maybe A minus range. Was like, that's my franchise right there.
Yeah, I did that earlier.
Oh, I have Boyd. I have
I
Boyd too.
drafted good speed really early. I think he was like 1 or 2.
Oh, you
He was
said
slow as
good
heck.
speed. I think he had D minus
Yeah,
speed.
he was slow.
Yeah.
It was the one that was at Duke. It was like Tadia's or something like that.
Oh, Yeah, Sipple's got some. I mean, it's C plus, but I mean that's rookie C plus. So C
That'll
plus.
probably go up.
Yeah, so, I mean he could go up to like maybe B. I think
Yeah.
out here running a 4.27. I really just drafted him because he's just fast, and because I wanted to make Flyer smile. And so he said Kaufman will come out next season and Cancelo will be out the year after. So there is another Cancelo coming. So
Nice.
don't you worry. Yeah, I have Sosa, Miller, I have Thomas on Carolina. You'd be surprised. Carolina's defense is actually nice. I have
Mhm.
Thomas. I have Pepe Childs.
Oh.
Yeah, I have Duval, who is also from if you remember him from Ohio State a few years ago.
Yeah.
So
He's like in linebacker.
yeah, so I have
Yeah, I remember him.
Duval, Thomas, Miller,
Kevin
Sosa,
King.
Pepe Childs.
You have
Is
a player named Kevin King, bro.
do I?
Yeah. I want to bench him.
Oh yeah, I might have to bench
Kevin
that guy.
King.
Yeah. Oh
Might
yeah, I put
steal me.
Romo. I put Romo because he was my starter at Arizona State. Pablo Romo. That's the guy. Romo. He was the guy who caught the interception that won Arizona State their first playoff game. That's why I
Oh.
signed him. And
Oh, he was an undrafted free agent.
yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean he was slow. He's a slow safety. He's like C plus speed. But you know what?
Mhm.
The way that I use safeties, I don't really need him for speed.
Yeah.
So I use safeties more.
Oh,
Uh,
you also have Legend.
do I?
Yeah, it says he's at backup right guard. Legend.
Oh, that's right. I do have Legend. He's behind Toro because Toro is actually really good. And
Yeah.
so yeah, so I have Legend Toro. It's pretty much Arizona State if you really look at it because I have Angelos and Jenks and Barry Macias. I have the tight end, my tight end too. He's not on the depth chart, but he's there. And so I have Gallegos, my old punter at Arizona State, Romo, Gilbert, and Mahan are also at Arizona State. And so I also have Tyreek Adams. He wasn't at Arizona State, but Adams was a good defensive player for Ohio State also. So Carolina's got it going on, man. So
Solid team.
yeah, that is. Says Menzel didn't get his first injury until last season. Yeah, Menzel's a beast. He's a straight beast. I
Yeah.
wouldn't I wouldn't trade for him now since I think he's like year 8. But I would actually consider trading like a future first or like a first and some bundles for the Cleveland one that they have now. Because you know you're gonna get like 300 carries with him.
Yeah. San Diego has a Menzel.
Yeah. Well, San Diego does their homework when it comes to injuries. That's pretty much what you got to do. Like if there's a 100 eval player and if there's a
Mhm.
95 eval player and the 95 eval player has never gotten hurt, you best believe I'm picking him over the guy who's gotten hurt more often.
Yeah.
Did was Hazelwood always on the field?
Yeah. Hazelwood didn't have any injuries.
Nice. We could probably expect him to be a free agent pretty soon, I guess. Oh, you said he signed him, right?
Yeah, I saw that he got signed because at first he wasn't signed to the team, and I was hoping that maybe he'd
Oh,
be available
I
next
think they
season.
auto sign rookies, and so
Yeah, I
could
guess so.
but I
But
don't.
he moved all his rookies in the depth chart, so I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah. Um, what is it, Dalian? Yeah. So speaking of defenses, Baltimore's DBs are crazy. I hope not, man, because I'm pretty much
Yeah,
running with a rookie quarterback and rookie receivers. So you could expect Carolina to throw a lot of picks this year.
I think they drafted Castillo or something like that.
Oh, did he? Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
no,
I mean,
Pinkerton.
it's gonna be a good. I'm gonna like this rivalry we have. I mean, as we know, I was at Carolina before. I was there for what 7, 8 seasons until
Yeah.
until I got abandoned. I was the one who got abandoned because I kept hiring people who told me they were gonna do free agency and they didn't. And then I logged in and like half of my studs were gone. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a little break from the EFL because I was like, it's not because of the EFL. It's just because I kept losing my guys because nobody was coming on to sign my free agents and stuff. And so, but it's okay. I guess when you want something done, you just gotta do it yourself, right?
Yeah, that's how it is.
Yeah,
That's
and
how it's been for me, anyways.
well, yeah, well, you work with your friend, don't you? He was at
Yeah,
Tennessee. You gotta tell him to take
yeah.
his own EFL team too, man. He was doing all right
He
at
he was at
Tennessee.
He was doing good. Yeah, he was making the. I think he made the playoffs once.
Yeah, calling boots every play.
Yeah, he's got some deep passes.
Yeah, so that's that's good. You know, the EFL's kind of coming on up. I don't really think any teams are gonna surprise us. Maybe Mind Labs might do a little better than people are giving them credit for, cause
Yeah, you said he had 150 something, 150 like
well,
for eval quarterback.
yeah, cause his quarterback's year like 13, isn't he?
Yeah, yeah, it's an old quarterback.
Yeah,
I told
yeah.
him he needs to get a new quarterback because he's gonna just get injured.
I'm gonna send him a you know what, I'm gonna send him a trade right now for curly hair.
He might accept it.
I doubt it. I'm gonna send him for the exact draft round that I picked him for a fourth, curly hair for a fourth, and you're gonna take it, Mind Lab. I don't think Mind Lab's listening to the show, but if he ever does,
No,
man, if you
he's
wanna,
banned from the Discord.
we gotta let that guy back in. He's good entertainment,
Yeah.
man. I know a lot of people didn't like him because he
Oh,
was.
mine love has my old receiver Reggie Head.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
he
think
used to
that,
be
and I think
fast,
that's
but
another
he's slow
reason.
now.
I think that's another reason why we gotta just migrate back into PSE chat, so then we don't have to worry about people getting banned and if their ban was justified or not, or no like random
Yeah,
bans and stuff like that. And
yeah. Mine love told me he got banned because of a coin flip.
yeah, Robo did like a coin flip and he lost and he got banned. I mean, to be honest, it's funny, but it's kind of
Yeah.
messed up at the same time. I actually don't think that he was actually doing that bad the last time he came into the Discord.
Nah, he was doing fine. Yeah.
It was oh yeah, he has Marion. I call him Giraffe, cause he was at I think he was at Chicago for a while. Oh, he has Xavier
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
So
I saw that when I was looking at the quarterbacks. I saw Xavier Shoot had an offer.
how was he able to sign? How are people? Oh, cause he signed him for less than 2 years. I was like, how are people able to sign guys for less than a
I think he
million? Like
might be over the roster limit.
you say he's over the roster limit.
He might be.
He looks like his roster's fine. Well, I mean, I'm not seeing the players that are on the last year of their contract, but it looks fine to me. Let's see. I'm gonna take a. Oh, he doesn't have a fourth, so I'm gonna take a fifth. I'm gonna offer this guy. See if he takes it. But yeah, it's cool. You know, I hope that. I mean, I thought Minnesota was gonna win the Empire Bowl last year, but San Diego won it. That's
Yeah, they
okay.
were up 21-3.
Were they? I didn't watch the Empire Bowl. I
Yeah.
haven't. Well, I don't watch Empire Bowls in general. The only time I've watched the Empire Bowl was that one year that it was Minnesota and San Diego a few seasons ago, and
Yeah.
Minnesota won on the. I think it was the 2 point conversion.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I
Yeah,
saw that one.
it was a. It looked like a good game, so I tuned in to watch. So and it was. It fin like and it was crazy because Minnesota was actually supposed to lose, and I believe it was either a fumble or a missed field goal that enabled Minnesota to come back and actually like win the game instead of going
Mm.
to overtime or losing or something like that. So it's crazy, man. I always forget that the
Minnesota,
I always forget that the Hall of Fame comes out.
bro, that's so broken.
Is yeah, I know. I see players from like 2090s getting into the Hall of Fame. I actually
Yeah,
I don't I recognize this guy's name. Do I know him? Well, this guy
I
didn't.
don't recognize
This
him
guy
either.
didn't play at all. I mean, he's in the EFL. He didn't play one snap in the EFL. He looks like
Yeah,
BM. That's okay.
which player is that?
Dwight Church. I figured that guy. I'm pretty sure he's like recent.
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, he played in Hampton. He was at Hampton like just 3 seasons ago. He he was just playing. He only played 20, 45, 46, and 47 at Hampton, and he's in the EF and with no PT in the EFL. He's in the EFL Hall of Fame. That's crazy, man. It's okay. I guess it really
Yeah,
at the end of the day, the Hall of Fame doesn't really matter, but it's
I think it's broken.
yeah. So yeah, no, we got a lot of teams up in here. I mean, we had what, Baltimore and Minnesota and San Diego and San Francisco in the Empire Bowl these last few years. Are there any
Hmm.
teams that you wouldn't be surprised if they came up and at least fought for the Empire Bowl spot? I mean, I know we're looking at New Orleans because they're already like
I
talented.
think I think it's gonna be someone from the NFC South that's gonna have to beat Minnesota.
Yeah, yeah.
I
I
think it's gonna be Carolina or New Orleans.
This would be tough. I mean,
If it's gonna be anyone other than Minnesota.
I've had some battles with Frog and David in the ECAA, so
Do
I
they
wouldn't.
call? I thought it was just Clutch Rocket that called
Was
for
it
them.
Clutch? I don't know. I don't know who calls for Minnesota. I just know that Minnesota does really good, and he has their plays. So
Hmm.
I mean, that's no knock on Clutch because of course he does fine with his own plays. Because I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure he says
North
he only
Texas.
I'm pretty sure he only calls his own plays, and so
I don't know because I play Minnesota
oh okay. Well, you'll have
last
to.
season,
Well, you have to.
but he didn't call until like the fourth quarter, so
Oh, okay. But
that's the
yeah,
only reason we won that.
Carolina, I will only do as good as as my game plan allows me to, because I can't really do a lot of EFL slots outside of the
Yeah,
1040 slot. Oh, good night. Came to crash the party.
No,
What do you mean no?
I didn't crash. I didn't come to crash the party.
Oh, okay. Well, good night. She
I
you
came to steal the show. Duh.
well, you wake up soon, so
No, I don't.
you do. What time do you wake up?
8:30.
Oh, well, good night.
Good night.
We were just talking about how I could possibly contend for the Empire Bowl, and you wrecked my show.
I told you I came to steal a show.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Yeah, I say Jamie should take her own EFL team. The EFL sim is so broken that she could probably beat like 5 EFL teams.
yeah, and some CPU teams
Yeah,
probably
she probably
make around for the
she
playoffs.
probably eke out a win against Seattle. You know.
Yeah,
No, nah. I'm just yeah. Um, if anyone's still listening, I think the chat said it was still kind of booming. Shout out to everybody. I'm actually recording and streaming, so this will be available on YouTube to view after the fact for once. So if you wanna hit up the YouTube link after I post it there, I'm just gonna just straight copy paste and post it on the YouTube. The show's actually only been an hour and a half. We usually do 2 or 3.
yeah. Started this one at what 12:30?
Yeah, your time, yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, so you said Carolina and New Orleans. Um, I mean, we shouldn't count out anybody in the NFC East. I mean, I know we don't really think highly of T
Hmm.
Pro and we don't think highly of Mind Lab. But Mind Lab,
Well, it's not that. I just don't know how experienced
yeah, we don't know how they will adjust to the
experience.
sim.
Yeah, it's a different sim.
Yeah. So for all we know, Mind Lab can be like a 13 win EFL coach. So,
Yeah,
cuz I mean, he wasn't doing bad in the ECAA by any means.
nah.
And
They did well against um me in the MMI,
and was that Utah State or was that Michigan?
Utah State.
Hmm. Yeah.
It was 30-20.
And they beat Clemson. So,
Yeah, that's true. They did beat Fusion.
yeah, just got to throw that out there. Shout out to Fusion. I know he didn't really get a lot of airtime in this podcast. I know he's gonna give me a lot of junk for not having given me a lot of airtime. He's doing good over there in Clemson. I mean, he won
Yeah,
his
he's not jumping from team to team.
Yeah, no, he won his conference and he made the playoffs. Now he's just got to build on that and join the EFL. And so,
He was at the Jets for a season.
yeah, I mean he had a few stints. I mean wasn't he at Minnesota before they were, cuz he was the one who picked Brian, I believe.
Yeah, he's been at like every single team.
Yeah, he picked Brian and then he left. I don't or some happened where it was like
Oh,
that.
it was Joseph too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Maybe I should gotta pay his Empire Club or something
Red
like that.
Joseph, I think.
Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, because he wanted to play me in in the EFL, and I beat him by like 25 or something like that. And so, but how about the AFC? I mean, we know the contenders last year. Well, the contenders was Cleveland, San Diego, and Vegas. Do we think that there's
Yeah.
anyone outside of those? Do we think that
Buffalo.
Buffalo might?
Buffalo's improving.
Do we think Buffalo's in the contending conversation now, or they played Cleveland pretty well?
I haven't played them in 2 seasons, but they're definitely improving.
Yeah,
Or Dalian is.
I think
I
that.
think they're ready to contend.
Yeah, I mean, all they gotta do is beat San Diego, and then hope that Cleveland beats Vegas, and then beat Cleveland, and then they're in the
And
Empire
then
Bowl
play
pretty much.
Cleveland. Yeah, that's true.
So
New
that
New England's solid as well.
yeah, we can't count New England out. I mean, they always seem to crumble when they play San Diego,
Yeah.
but they play well against everybody else. I mean, I haven't played Sin in a while, but it seems to me that they play everybody pretty. I mean, I know that they lost in Minnesota pretty badly, but I mean, it's Minnesota, so
If Houston's coach, I think you said Jimmy B.
yeah, Jimmy.
If he just starts play calling, that could be a dangerous team.
Yeah, I don't see him play. Like I saw him call like once last
Yeah,
year. If he could, that would be cool. I mean,
that would be a really dangerous team.
well, yeah, because he's got that team all built and everything.
Yeah,
Uh,
fast quarterbacks all over.
Yeah, he put Rich at running back, man. Really? I
Yeah,
think he
he's
did
gonna
that
be
to.
thrown out of the
I was
Wildcat.
gonna say I think he did that for Wildcat reasons. So not too bad over there.
Yeah, that used to be the juggernaut of the AFC.
Well, yeah, back when everybody didn't think quarterback running
Yeah,
was worth it.
yeah, they went 19-0,
Well,
21
let's look at
39.
the championships because they won like a good. They had like a good stint. They lost
Yeah,
four when Green Bay was huge. I mean, they won one. So they won one in 31. Then they lost. And then they didn't make it. And then they lost four straight. And then they
hmm
won two, including one against me. And then, of course, and then Carolina won the next year. And they haven't been back
yeah,
since I won the Empire Bowl. So since I've been back, they haven't been there. So, well, because his game plan's not really that great. I mean, to me at least. And so it's
yeah.
just,
I held them to 3 points last season.
yeah. Josh said don't sleep on Baltimore, and New England just needs a better defense because their offense is really solid. I agree with that.
Mm.
Because, like I said, Sin's offense always seems to find a way to piss me off. So
Yeah,
it's like one of those things where it's like you have everything covered and you know it should work, but they just somehow get a catch, and it's like a 21-yard pass. It'll be like 2-yard run, 17-yard pass in triple coverage, and then
yeah.
like another
His
2 yard.
running back's usually always a leading rusher.
Yeah, yeah, he does. He does run the ball a lot. He's power run offense because he always has like low averages, so he definitely knows that he power runs it pretty much. But
Yeah,
I think we've
it's gonna be interesting.
yeah, I think we've kind of hit the apex of where the EFL can go. I mean, like I said, I'm trying to recruit people into the EFL as I've been kind of
Yeah,
hammering this whole show. But yeah, um, I think that's pretty much everything. Did you have
yeah.
any?
We covered the ECAA.
Yeah, because the ECAA is kind of boring because
Yeah,
we all
Division 2.
Jacksonville State baby.
Yeah, I think doesn't Josh have a team that did well?
Does he? I
I don't
know
know.
I know that he was at like was it Jackson State last year or something like that. He always loses them after every off season. So
Villanova.
Alcorn
I don't
State,
know.
that's right. ASU,
Oh yeah,
the
Alcorn
real
State.
the real ASU. Yeah. Well, actually, there's two real ASUs now. There's Alcorn State and there's Arkansas State. So we got yeah, Alcorn State. I don't really pay attention to Division 2 playoffs outside of Northern
Yeah.
Colorado and uh Jacksonville State. So because my two buddies are at those two teams. So
Yeah.
I know that I took care of business against North Dakota State for you guys. You're welcome.
Oh,
I,
is that the Flea Flicker team?
yeah, I beat him. I went to Western Illinois just to play him and make sure that he doesn't advance. I beat him like 66-0. So
Justice is served.
yes, absolutely. Says Alcorn has a fifth round corner. That's cool. I like seeing Division 2 teams have like draft picks because
Yeah.
gotta give love to the little guy, as I said before. But yeah, I think we covered everything. I wanna, and I say this every show at the end. I want to have more shows, but we gotta be more structured. I want to have like a staff. You know, if people, at least
Yeah.
if people aren't on the show, to maybe like have maybe like the blue guy or Vince or some people contribute like topics or have us make lists so we can debate or stuff like that, or just so we're not kind of just like talking out of our butt. I think this show was actually a pretty good show. I mean,
Mhm.
we covered all the topics we needed to, and it's not like there's anything to debate on about the ECAA because we all know who's gonna kick whose butt over there in the ECAA. But
Yeah.
yeah, if you want, I mean, like I said, I've offered Empire points and all this, that, and the other, and I'll make sure you get some, Dewey, for helping me with
Oh,
the
lit.
yeah, for helping me with the show. And so yeah, if anyone wants to join the PSE podcast staff, I'll actually have this on YouTube. So if you want to just message me on PSE or on Discord, y'all know who I am on Discord at Tampa 2. But yeah, I think that's it. Just a quick shout out to everybody. It says ball 857 casino. Thanks, Commander Root Dalian, my man Dalian over there. Please, if you win the AFC, that'd make me so happy. Dr. Dewey TV, the co-host over here, Flyer, F top pay R. Have this too. Gene Restu Lurks. RNIC Josh. My my rival, my PSE rival, and Vince. Thank you guys all for tuning in. Make sure to spread the link, spread the love, so that everybody can watch the show before, during, and after. And so, and I'm hoping that we can have another show here for
Yeah.
so wait, well, let me check the dates because really the day determines like how well I can do stuff. So do you know? Because I know the PSC schedule is kind of crazy. So what are we? 2 days
Yeah.
ahead? We're 2 days ahead, right?
I think
Until
so.
until we get to season rollover, we're 2 days ahead. So the draft should be on the 28th, I want to say, or the 29th. So well, that's a Wednesday and Thursday. And so we could probably plan for like a mid-season show or something like that. We'll
Yeah.
we'll, we'll get there. We'll see what happens when we get there. But thank you everybody for listening and tuning in. And if you guys can all get on Mont for not showing up after he told me to, that'd be great. If you could like ping him, like spam ping him in the general chat in PSC, that'd be cool. And it says draft and playoff preview show. That'd be, yeah, that's the plan. And so yeah. But thank you guys all for watching, and we'll see you guys the next time we do a little show here.
All right. Bye.